AWSOrigine, G, S3Bucket, EC2Instance, LoadBalancer. Description: AWSOrigine is the source of content for content delivery networks (CDNs). It's a location where your website or application's assets like images, videos, HTML files, etc. are stored, and from where they are delivered to end users via the CDN. Prerequisites: an AWS account, a CDN service, such as Amazon CloudFront. Use cases: serving static content, such as images, videos, and HTML files. By caching this content at edge locations, CDNs reduce latency, improve website performance, and decrease the load on your origin servers. Delivering dynamic content, such as web applications and apps. You can use CDNs to cache dynamic content, although it is typically not cached for as long as static content. Improving website performance and reducing latency. This is achieved by distributing content closer to end users, minimizing the distance that data needs to travel. Scaling your application to handle large amounts of traffic. CDNs can distribute traffic across multiple origin servers, making it easier to scale your application to handle peak loads. Protecting your origin servers from DDoS attacks. CDNs can act as a buffer between your origin servers and malicious traffic, reducing the impact of DDoS attacks on your application. Step-by-step implementation of general use cases. Create an AWS origin, such as an S3Bucket or an EC2Instance. This will serve as the source of your content. Configure the AWS origin to allow access from the CDN. This usually involves adjusting the security settings on your origin to allow traffic from the CDNs. IP address range. Create a CDN distribution and point it to the AWS origin. Configure the CDN settings, including caching behavior, origin settings, and access restrictions. Challenges and fixes. Origin is not accessible from the CDN. Ensure that the origin security group allows traffic from the CDN's IP addresses. Configure your security group to allow inbound traffic from the CloudFront IP address range, allowing CloudFront to access your origin servers. Check for any firewall rules on your origin server that might be blocking traffic from the CDN. Make sure that any firewall rules on your origin server are configured to allow traffic from the CloudFront IP address range. Content is not cached by the CDN. Check the CDN's cache settings and ensure that the content is configured to be cached. Ensure that the content type is configured to be cached in the CDN settings. Check the cache control headers in the origin's responses to see if they are set to allow caching. The cache control header in the HTTP response from your origin server should indicate that the content can be cached. Origin is not responding to requests. Check the origin's health and ensure that it is available and responding to requests. Make sure your origin server is up and running and can respond to HTTP requests. Check the origin's logs for any errors. Review the logs of your origin server for errors that might indicate why it is not responding to requests. Content is not being delivered correctly. Check the CDN's configuration and ensure that the origin is configured correctly. Verify that the origin's configuration in the CDN settings matches your intended setup. Review the CDN's logs for any errors. Look for any errors in the CloudFront logs that might indicate a problem with how content is being delivered. Check the contents headers and ensure that they are correct. Review the HTTP headers in the responses from your origin server and the CDN to verify that they are set correctly. Ensure that the CDN's origin access identity (OAI) is configured correctly. The OAI should have permissions to access the origin.